Hey guys, it's Tim here. I'm doing the recap for today, February 6th, and I took a few trades today. I had a small green day, so let's get into it. So the first trade was on AMRS. This is a day two. This is one of my favorite plays. After there's a lot of volume, as you can see right here, really high relative strength, and it has a good move on the first day. I like to watch it for day two, and then I look for a little like ORB type formation or a rounding pattern like we got here. So I'm on this. I added right down here in the 17s, and then I added in the 20s, and we got the break of the VWAP, and then I sold some up into here into the EMAs, and then I just sold the rest because it didn't look like it had strength, which I was right on. So I got a little profit on that. And then continuing the day on AMRS, I took another trade right around here for the break of this after a bunch of taps on the VWAP, and then we broke through it. I was in around 20 right here, and then I sold like a quarter of my shares up at 26, and then I sold the rest flat. So that was another small win. And then the final trade on this was the good one, which was right around here when we finally got the break over this resistance. So one of the things that I noticed was we get a bunch of taps on the resistance, right? And then you normally would want to buy up here, like towards the breakout. But if you start buying up towards the breakout, you're going to get stopped out like this, because this is what I've been doing. So I'll buy up here, and then I have my stop under this, under the VWAP, and then I'll get stopped out. And then what actually happens is it comes down, pulls back a little bit, even though this was a quick one. But usually they like consolidate a little bit, and then they start rounding and go all the way up and then break it. Usually they won't like form sort of an ORB pattern. They won't like break out just from tapping on it multiple times. They'll sort of pull back and then start to go and make a push. So that's the one thing that I noticed, and I held on to it today because I was in right here like in the 20s, and then I got this pullback and I knew it was gonna happen, so I just held tight. My stop was like under here, like under 5, so I held tight, and then I sold some up in here, and I sold the rest up in here for a win because I had class. But I probably would have sold it anyway because this came back down. I wouldn't have got this move, honestly. But yeah, so that was on AMRS, and then I traded box, which was another day two, but it didn't really have that much volume. As you can see right here, this is kind of average, not really, but it's happened multiple times. And we got this little ORB type formation, which is really nice looking. I was in right here on this candle at 939, and then we got the pop up to 0.8, and then it just sold right off. I sold like right around here when it broke under these MAs and VWAP, just because like after this fails, it's pretty much over. Like even though this happened, that was just nothing, because right here the volume just really didn't pick up that much. I was looking for it to continue and rip, but it didn't, so it's kind of a dud after that. And then the last trade was on ZEN. So ZEN was a gapper today, earnings, and it started fading from the open. And then when I saw this little formation here, like a resistance formation, and it broke out of this, I took it long, and then I was looking for a target of the VWAP. This is kind of a scalp. You can't really expect this to round and go all the way up to highs, but this is just a scalp because it's a downtrending stock, and you're catching the bottom and then ripping it up for a little gain. So I even looked here on the 5-minute, and we had a really nice hammer candle, so that was another indicator of me to get in. So I took this in right about 47, 75, 47 I was in, and I sold some up here into the 76s. That was a little scalp. And then one of my losses today, my only loss today, was right here. I bought this dip because I was looking for some sort of ascending triangle wedge pattern that was going to break the VWAP and continue higher, but it just like didn't have enough juice, and it just kept downtrending. So that was one of my mistakes, but overall it was a pretty good day. The gains aren't really showing yet because I'm still with small shares, but just gotta stay consistent and we'll get there. So I hope you guys liked the video. Thanks. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions. See ya.